Most fast food brands spend millions on marketing to go global. But this one, people smuggle it across borders in their suitcases. In countries like Indonesia, Pakistan, and beyond, returning pilgrims would come back from Saudi Arabia carrying something worth more than gold, Baik chicken. Some fans were even willing to pay premium prices for cold, hours-old fried chicken just to taste it again. So how did a humble Saudi fast food brand turn into a cult-level obsession? The founder's story, a refugee's dream. This is the story of a refugee who built an empire. Shakur Abu Ghazala was born in 1928 in Ramallah, Palestine. In 1948, he was forcefully expelled from his home during the Nakba, coming to Saudi Arabia as a refugee with nothing but hope. In 1949, he started working with Aramco and spent the next 15 years building a career in the kingdom. But Shakur had bigger dreams. Following the oil boom, he anticipated that Jeddah would become a prime location for business as the demand for food services was about to explode. At first, he faced challenges when electricity supply didn't reach his planned location. So he transformed an old warehouse on Airport Road in the Sharafiyah district, pouring all his savings into creating something Saudi Arabia had never seen before. In September 1974, he opened the kingdom's first pressure-fried chicken restaurant. It was 1974, a year before KFC would even open its doors in Saudi Arabia. He named it Broast Restaurant. It's where all start. To Shakur, he was simply providing people food that was affordable and quick, yet of high quality. 2 years later, in March 1976, he opened a second branch in Jeddah's Al Dakhil building, the site he had originally picked to launch the chain. But tragedy struck just 5 months after opening his second location on August 14, 1976. Shakur Abu Ghazala died of cancer at the age of 48. He never got to watch his two restaurants turn into what is essentially the kingdom's broasted chicken empire today. After his death, his two sons, Ihsan and Rami, both trained engineers, were forced to learn the restaurant business from scratch. "We learned everything from our father," said Ihsan Shakur Abu Ghazala, chairman of the board of Al Baik Food Systems group of companies. In 1986, Ihsan Abu Ghazala and his late wife changed the name from Broast Restaurant to Al Baik, the name that would become legendary. What started as a Palestinian refugee's dream became Saudi Arabia's most beloved brand. Al Baik didn't just sell food, it built trust through action. From the beginning, founder Shakur Abu Ghazala pledged to donate 1 Saudi riyal from every meal sold to charity. After his passing, his sons doubled that commitment to 2 riyals per meal. For a brand selling millions of meals annually, that adds up to substantial impact, all done quietly without advertising it. And during the COVID-19 pandemic, while many businesses struggled to survive, Al Baik stepped up even further. Every single day during lockdowns across Saudi Arabia, the company distributed 10,000 free meals to people in need, partnering with Akwat Food Company and Abu Ghazala Foundation to ensure families in quarantine neighborhoods had food. This wasn't a publicity stunt. This was values in action. This wasn't just fast food anymore. This was community food. The KFC of the Middle East, but different. Often called the KFC of the Middle East, Al Baik followed a radically different playbook. For 38 years, the brand stayed almost exclusively in Western Saudi Arabia, focused on Jeddah, Mecca, and Medina. While KFC raced to open thousands of locations globally, Baik said no. They didn't even open in Saudi Arabia's capital city, Riyadh, until 2017, despite customers literally driving hours from the capital to Jeddah just to buy their chicken. Some would even load up entire truckloads to sell at a premium back in Riyadh. This wasn't a lack of ambition. It was strategic patience. By refusing to expand faster than they could maintain quality, Baik built legendary status through word of mouth, with minimal advertising. That scarcity, it was engineered genius. What makes the chicken worth the wait? So what makes people wait hours or smuggle cold chicken across borders? It starts with the cooking method. Baik uses broasting, a pressure frying technique that seals in moisture while creating an impossibly crispy exterior. Unlike regular fried chicken, the pressure fryer locks in the juices, delivering chicken that's tender inside and shatteringly crisp outside. Then there's the spice blend, a secret recipe of 18 herbs and spices, developed in 1984 and never revealed. It delivers a savory, slightly spicy, and aromatic flavor profile that fans say is impossible to replicate. And finally, the garlic sauce. Creamy, tangy, with bold garlic and lemon notes, this sauce has achieved its own cult status. Fans stock up on extra packets to use with other meals. The result? Chicken that people claim still tastes better after sitting in a suitcase for 12 hours than anything available in their home country. That's not marketing, that's product mastery. The expansion era begins. But eventually, the world came calling. December 2020, Baik crosses international borders for the first time, opening 2 branches in Bahrain. June 2021, the brand enters the UAE with a flagship outlet in Dubai Mall. November 2022, FIFA World Cup, Baik launches 5 mobile restaurants in Qatar with lines stretching for 50 minutes just to order as fans from around the world get their first taste. 2023, Malaysia becomes the first Southeast Asian market. January 2025, Kuwait welcomes Baik to the Avenues Mall. Inside Saudi Arabia, the brand finally pushed into previously untouched territory, full expansion into Riyadh, the Eastern Province, and smaller cities like Buraidah and Jizan. And everywhere it went, the result was the same: massive crowds, viral videos, 4-kilometer-long drive-through lines, following KFC's footsteps or creating its own. In many ways, Baik is walking a parallel path to KFC's early journey, staying true to its roots while slowly adapting to new markets. But there's a key difference. KFC globalized fast. Baik globalizes carefully. That patience might be its greatest advantage. The big question. So now comes the question everyone's asking. Will Baik ever make it to the West? Right now, the brand operates in Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, UAE, Kuwait, and Malaysia, slowly building a Middle Eastern and Asian empire. But here's what makes Baik different from every other fast food chain that's tried to go global. They're not in a hurry. KFC conquered the world by opening everywhere, fast. Baik is conquering it by staying rare, opening only when they can guarantee the same quality, the same experience, the same soul. The brand faces major challenges: maintaining recipe secrecy, ensuring consistency across locations, managing complex halal supply chains, and competing with established giants in new markets. But they've already proven something remarkable. They created massive excitement in Bahrain without conventional marketing, through organic word of mouth and decades of built reputation. So when Baik finally arrives in London or New York or Toronto, and make no mistake, the question isn't if, but when. Don't be surprised if the lines look exactly like Jeddah. Because cult brands don't need advertising. They just need believers. And Baik have been creating believers, one box of chicken at a time, for 50 years. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more real business stories behind iconic brands, hit the like button. It helps the channel more than you think. And if you want deep dives into hidden empires, food giants, and unexpected business strategies, subscribe now. Because our next video might surprise you even more.